Okay folks, it's Beanoblack, and basically I waited because I kind of knew as soon as we had this that we would probably end up with more, and then there'll be a combine video I can show you at the end. You guys are pretty much majority now. If someone's been on vacation or something like that, and we, people I talked to too, there was some people on vacation. So here's some history, folks, of what's happened to Earth in the past, and that's a shot from way up in the sky. I'm not sure if it's an astounding crater there. So I'm not sure if you guys missed this stuff. We got many craters on here on Earth. Okay, and this was some stuff that Huffington Post had up. And there's one of them, asteroid crater that we've had in the past. Okay, and good example. And then whether JPL is right or wrong about whether it was to do with DA14 comes around the same time, so forth and so on. Then remember, DA14 orbits around the sun and Earth. Okay, pretty much a flat trajectory orbit, almost like what Earth has around the sun. Much faster DA14 is, and it'll be back around again. But it always in the future, like I told you, for generations to come, for a good, it's at least 150 years to almost 300 years. It won't even get as close as it came. It's as close as it's going. So right now, as far as objects that we do know, we're pretty damn safe right now. Okay, so I'll show you some more of these asteroid things here, but we got a lot of data for what's going on. There's a hell of a lot of craters on Earth, all right, from asteroids and so forth and so such. And I've showed you the ones that cannot be contested in the past too. I've showed you that from to other stuff. So let's look at some. So NASA's comment to it was like totally amazing, but it's at the same time as DA14. So go figure, you know what I'm saying? So they're basically, and I'm showing you these things that basically, if we ever get anything this big, we'll know about it, okay? So the facts are, if we get something kind of like as small as that, you're not going to know. It's going to be just like, but it came around as DA14. So every time we have a comet, asteroid, meteorite, meteor is just a little bit bigger than a meteorite. More than likely a meteor or meteorite did that. So factual, actual, we have to always be aware and watch the big. Now we got a bunch of big objects coming around here pretty soon, so we're going to get a pretty darn good quake. Now quake-wise, I'd say California, because it's really stacking up right here. This is all California right there, okay? And as you can see, there was a 3.7, okay? One of these 3.7s was actually, and it might be in a 4 point something because we've had some, but California is really due because the idea that we haven't had that much in the high. Okay, you got a 4.0, this would be the 4.0, the bigger one on the outside, okay? But California is due, it's ramping up, and the good for it is, this is like 2 weeks worth of earthquakes, okay? There's the most recent, and then we'll flip Earth around here real fast, and you'll see that the idea that's like 2 weeks of earthquakes. Not even 2 weeks, I don't think. I think it's just like a week activity they put on here. So we have had a lot of activity, and there, New Zealand is where we're going to go to next, because there is a ton down there in New Zealand. Okay, there's been a ton of action down in New Zealand. Okay, and this is some new activity to watch here too also, okay? Yep. Down below, down in Antarctica to the east of South America, okay? And then also here, we're getting action. And Greece had some action the other day of like a 5.9, I believe Greece had, or something like that. Let's go to the data. There's another crater, okay? So, and the reason I say this is the Chromatic Islands over in New Zealand has been getting a lot of action, and we've been studying and watching it. That's why I'm thinking that California is very, very, very much overdue for a big quake. We had some stuff off in the ocean not too long ago. Now look at, see, Chromatic Islands today, basically, and this is Central Standard Time and everything. Yeah, I'm up tonight, this morning, early morning. So, as we go down through our data here, and basically this is the 18th, and we'll also go back to another page, to the first page. But New Zealand has been getting nailed. Greece has been busy. They had like 5.9 and stuff like that, or a 5 point whatever the heck it was. Greece has had some good action, and you see here the Cayman Islands is getting nailed. And as you can see, as we have DA-14 going away, and then we have some way bigger objects, you can go to spaceweather.com or to go to NEO on NASA, and you'll see that we have 3.8 kilometer and a bunch of 1 point whatever kilometer objects coming around. They're going to be a long ways away. We ain't got no more threat of anything hitting Earth that we know of, okay? But then we have the asteroid that did come in there to Russia and stuff like that. Meteorite, asteroid, and then they're saying that it was bigger, and I will, you know. Right now, currently, we're in the red on the polar angle. I've been telling people about this a lot, and it's very dramatic tonight as we have this stuff. We've got something, the Earth is over here. Now, we are getting a lot. We are barely missing a heap load of very big static electrical, and we are seeping through, like I basically, we're getting a 2-hour proton. We're getting hit with protons and electrons every 2 hours recently. Just as of, this is early Monday AM and Sunday. And as you can see, arrow, we need to come back. Okay, as you can see there, we need to come back. And then factual actual on the South Pole, way off to the left, needs to come back, back, back. Okay, so we have got some wild polar angle action going on again, and we're getting ready to cross phase on the sun here, and our jet stream is totally wild as hell. Everybody's been watching that. That basically the polar cap, so forth and so on, is basically split. And as you can see, we're just getting some crazy jet stream action. Okay, totally out of the norm of anything of history. So the last 2 years has been that way, and it's very aggregated right now. Jet stream is totally different than what it's been for years and years and years and years. So something to keep an eye on, Major League, and basically it comes down to polar angle. Okay. Now, the next video I'll end up looking and we'll see what this is. We know Earth's on this side, and we know Jupiter's got to be back over here behind Earth somewhere, because Earth would be straight away out here. So we're in a luckily little safe area here. Something is hopefully blocking all this electrical that we're getting there. But there is something that's huge that's up behind the sun. Now remember, this is ahead. This is Ace. B would be behind, so we might get some good... I'll know in the next video on what I do on... we'll get up to Sechi. Maybe I'll get a little bit in here. But it's really kind of annoying that Huffington Post and stuff would put this fear-mongering stuff out here, and also NASA together. So basically wealth and power and money are trying to scare people that the idea that the end of the world could ever come flashing in at any second. Well, it's always, you know, odds, proportional, integral derivative. It's possible, but really doubtful. It looks like we've hit some more major stuff in history of Earth way a long time ago. Okay, so there's lots of craters on Earth to show that factual. And then California got this one here. More than likely, I figure this is a CHP car or something like that. So, it's great footage, awesome footage, no matter who got it. Whether it's a truck driver, it's pretty much sure looks like a highway patrol or county sheriff or something like that. But it's a great shot. I kind of surmise, I live in California, I kind of figure that this is over by the new interchange between, there is not much specific on it. It could be between the new interchange that's over by, between Oakland and San Francisco Bay Bridge. Pretty much should look like it. Okay, the player's messing up on a little bit here, but there you go. I'll get one more shot of it coming in, I think. There you go. So let's also look at, we got some footage, I think, from Q. Pretty much this dash cam caught this action over in Russia. And we should be able to unjam this, but as you can see there, here it comes in. And then I think I've got some footage of one over in Cuba. This is the main one that did the most damage. 1,200 plus, maybe even 1,500 plus people. You know, you got ears because basically it broke the speed of sound, and it was very loud, very low. And there is video cameras of action basically. And here you see the sunlight action that basically the meteorite, asteroid, bigger than what they thought. And as you can see that, you know, in the middle of the day it was kind of overcast, and then you get the sonic boom and a crash. It basically blew up overhead. And then there's been bogus videos saying, you know, UFOs shot the or some military tried to shoot it or something like that. It totally shocked the Russians. They probably had some warning from JPL and from the Americans. More than likely said, hey, you know, we're not sending a missile at you or anything like that. And tons of people evacuated. I think there may be some evacuation action in this footage here. And you see here alarms going off and everything like that. Let's see if I can play the Cuba footage, and then if I make a video the next day or even tonight maybe, if I find anything astounding on Sechi, I'll let you know. This was the Russia footage, and basically I think this one's going to be showing people getting out of the building. And as you can see here, they basically were living out here. Getting out of the building and so forth and so on. Broke tons of windows. Like I say, a good 1,200 or something, possibly even 1,500 people. Can you imagine a highly populated city in any other country? It would have been highly populated. There would have been a lot more damage, a lot more injury. So all told, the whole world is pretty darn lucky. Koblinsk is a little bit unlucky. As you can see, they pretty much skedaddled out. Had no idea really what was going on. Any population would have been the same way. So, and as you can see here, basically the footage, they're pretty much everybody's evacuating out. And I'm not sure if this is a campus somewhere in Russia or something like that, or remember it's communism, so the idea this could be anything, school, anything like that. Could be just regular population, just regular the way that they in certain areas live. So this could be a school, college, something, I'm not sure. Basically, they evacuated the building, and any population anywhere would have been the same way in this type of thing. And basically, everybody's basically not knowing what's really going on. The explosion, boom, they're gone. You have the building, windows broken everywhere, people injured by broken glass. Like I say, 1,500 people injured. So, I do not think that this one's got the other. I'm going to try to get the Cuba footage in here. And here we go. This is what I was able to get for some footage from some cameras. I was told that it was Cuba. And it's kind of hard to tell, but they show basically tons of areas seen. What they saw. See Russia, and then we have this action that's supposed to be from Cuba. So we had lots of, and then basically I do have some recorded footage that I can go ahead and show that we did have a calming effect on earthquake activity as we had these, DA-14 and all these other asteroids, meteors, and basically remember DA-14 will be back around again. It rotates around the sun and Earth, and factual it'll be back around again, but the idea that it's never going to be as close as it came this time. So hopefully there's previous footage that I did have. I pulled off of space weather when it first happened. There's your data for that. First report was 500 people, and then it was 1,000, and it was 1,200, and it could be up to 1,500 people. Broken glass and all stuff like that. Then I had this footage here. They basically pulled in this from what they were showing on NBC on some news stuff. So I just threw that in real fast, what they had first said. 9:30 a.m. local time, damage and everything like that. So, and they had this stuff, they were saying about how the explosion. And you can freeze and read this, and it's the most powerful we've had since. Now this is the graphs during DA-14 coming close by. So basically it was pretty calm, just like we've had with all the other close objects coming around. We've had pretty much calm when they were very close by. As they move away and as they're coming in is when we get the quake activity, and that's why with these bigger objects here that I got data in a second, you're going to see that we're probably going to have a pretty good sized quake again here pretty soon. So you can freeze and read that. And this is Monday morning, and date and time is in the right hand corner. We are every 2 hours getting magnetic we are bleeding. Okay, every 2 hours we're getting some of this, and this was what was earlier then. But we are in the world. We get some big quakes because we have big objects coming in.